600 out. Scott's Lane's run off the track where Vera's Boy just led Archer Victory, but Fighting Man cruised up to them. Triso's had a good run. Scott's Lane out wide from Breesley Productivity. Carlisle Bend going well, and here's Red Henry and Franklin Drive, both with runs, and Noble Cavalier. Vera's Boy tackled hard by Fighting Man. Scott's Lane. Carlisle Bend trying to get through. Productivity behind them, and Franklin Drive swooped on them. Franklin Drive took the lead at the 200. Red Henry's running on pretty well out wide, but Clark's away now. It's Franklin Drive 2 in front of Red Henry and Gold Deck, and Clark wins the last. Franklin Drive a length and a half, Red Henry. Third, Gold Deck. Fourth, Noble Cavalier. Behind them, Black Key running on again. Scott's Lane further back, Avon's Gold. Carlisle Bend from Breesley, Triso. Archer Victory, Fighting Man, Productivity. Our Avon's Gold, Diagra Fair, and Vera's Boy. They went hard in that 123.4 at 3 and a photo. And Vivian Michael Clark gets up to dead heat with Jim Cassidy.
Well, that's rather good. We've got one Sydney jockey and one local jockey dead heating for the honours. And when we get so many interstate horses coming to the carnival, I think it's great that they've performed so well throughout the carnival.
3, 4 and 8 after the last. 3, 4 and 8. Franklin Drive, Red Henry and Gold Deck. Officially fourth is Noble Cavalier. Nice run. Black Key's a horse I think you should follow. It's finished either 5th or 6th, but was running on very, very strongly. There were a lot of chances at about the 300, and then all of a sudden at the 200 there was only one.
That's right. Well, Franklin Drive's been running some great races. He seems to like this track here at Flemington, Bruce, and he's been knocking on the door really for a win for some time, and today was the day. And when Michael Clark made his run on the horse, as you say, the result was over then. He was always going to win. Great go for the minor placings, and if you watch Vera's Boy on the inside with the green cap, he ends up in all sorts of trouble. Pat Harland had to basically pull him right out of the race, although he was actually beaten at the time. There's a lot of squeezing going on there.
Treble for Colin Hayes, so we'll watch for Vera's Boy. He's down on the fence, he's out of the race, but watch how he has to squeeze up. Yes, you're right, Vivian. It was in all sorts of trouble. Got very rough there with Archer Victory.
Yep, there was about 3 of them there squeezed up together, and as I watched Pat Harland pull Vera's Boy right out of the race. But Franklin Drives dashed to the lead. He's in no danger of defeat. Red Henry runs on quite well for second.
Well, Colin Hayes has trained a winner on each of the days of the carnival. It's 350 and 140. Red Henry 135, Gold Deck 615. Colin had a double on Derby Day. He won at least one on the Tuesday and the Thursday, and he's finished off with a treble today. Here's Ron Taylor.
Colin, a great finish to the carnival. It's been a wonderful carnival. Franklin Drive capped off. How many winners have you had?
Well, today we've won 6, but 3 in Adelaide and 3 here. But we've won 7 for the Flemington Carnival.
Well, that's a great effort. Group races, all kinds of races, and your sire Godswalk has been well represented.
Yes, well, he's won 3 today. One at Flemington, one in Adelaide, and this one here.
Well, I think he's going to be one of the sires of the future. And Franklin Drive, he's perhaps been a little bit underestimated by the punters, Colin.
Yes, well, he's just his first preparation to Southern Hemisphere time, and I think he's going to make a really nice horse for this time next year.
Thank you very much, Colin Hayes, and all the best, and look forward to seeing you again in the autumn.
Thank you.
Thank you, Colin.
Colin Hayes with Ron Taylor. 7 winners for the carnival for Colin. Michael Clark's ridden 4 of them, and Gary Clark, who had 1 ride today for 1 win and 2 rides on Derby Day for 2 wins, has ridden 3 of them. So Franklin Drive, who's by God's Walk from Acceleration, is raced by Colin Hayes, Mr. and Mrs. C. Payne, D-Mac Inerney, and the College Syndicate, managed by C. Mitchell, and trained at Lindsay Park by Colin Hayes and ridden by Michael Clark. 123.4. Red Henry, a nice run. He's going well, Red Henry, and a good run third by Gold Deck. He'll be improved. Watch the header.
Bruce McAvaney for some wonderful calling, Bruce. I'm sure everyone's enjoyed it. And now 18-year-old Danny Malecki, you've got to watch him, Bruce, but he's done a great job for us. But I had to do something different today and thank the ladies who have helped us throughout the carnival. And the young lady just spoke in my ear. Dinah Shields. Dinah, thank you very, very much as being the director's assistant. Anita Kemp, who has assisted Annette Allison. Jenny Draper, the director's assistant back at the studio. Lynn Colson on videotape. Laura and Leonie, our makeup girls, and Bev Hare, who is a director's assistant out here with us as well. Ladies, we thank you all. We've enjoyed the carnival, and Bruce McAvaney will be back after this break for a wrap-up of the whole carnival. Bruce?
Thanks very much, Phil. Gold Deck 610, Quinella 1855, Trifecta $1,191.25, and the double $45.60. So Franklin Drive winning the last on the program.
To Randwick now for the final event, and runners are on their way to the barrier. Well, all lovers of the Australian thoroughbred were very sad, as I was today, to learn of the death just a short time ago of the great stallion Biscay. Biscay had to be put down by veterinarians at the Beamer stud in the Hunter Valley as a result of chronic navicular disease in both forefeet, and he'd reached the stage where he simply couldn't carry his own weight any longer. Biscay, of course, is one of the great sires of recent years. His progeny have won in excess of $5 million, including Golden Slipper winners, Bounding Away, and his other slipper winner not too many years ago was Masqué, who's now a successful sire. He also sired the great Zephyr Bay, Bletchingley, the sire of Kingston Town, and many, many others. David Bath, studmaster at Beamer, confirmed just a short time ago that Biscay had to be put down by veterinarians at around about noon today. The good news is that of 30 mares that were covered by the champion in the last couple of months, the majority looked almost certain to be in foal. Ken, I know that horse lovers Australia-wide will be saddened by that news, as you will.
Certainly, John. What a great horse he was himself, a brilliant horse. Led to the turn in the 1968 Golden Slipper, but he got run down in that race, but he sired plenty of great horses. Let's look at these prices. Secret, 9-2, Fashion Plus 16, Special Finish, my tip's favourite on the tote, coming into 9-4 now. 5-1 Maticherie out to 11-2, 7-2 Allez Sauvage, almost 15-4. 7-1 Zavada Lass, 60-1 now Regal Home, 100-1 Divine Patch, 80 Misty Scarlet, 25-1 Anne, 30-1 Sensation, getting out a fraction. Oh no, it's coming back in, make that 25. Incidentally, she's owned by Dominic Byrne, and a nice type by Noble Bijou. Full of Fun at 30-1, Century City is scratched, and Butch Splendid is a 200-1 chance. John, I think one of the trickiest races of the day here, a pretty even lot of fillies.
Yes, Ken, it looks a real conundrum on paper. One of them in the all-pink colours of the club, I noticed, namely Zavata Lass, to distinguish from stablemate Fashion Plus. Now, Regal Home has led up into line, just waiting on Butch Splendid and Ma Petite Cherie, and they'll be set and ready to run in the Eric Wright Heaton Superfecta over 1,200 metres. A race set aside for 3-year-old fillies, and it'll be a keenly contested race, I have no doubt. The last couple getting in. And I repeat briefly, for anyone who may have just joined us, the great stallion Biscay has been put down today at the Beamer stud in the Hunter Valley, suffering from chronic navicular disease, 22 years of age, sire of champions. Biscay died today at stud in the Hunter Valley in New South Wales. Now the amber light flashing on top of the gates. I'll break at any second. Starter's not happy. In fact, he hasn't yet mounted his rostrum. He's got one foot on the bottom rung, so something's amiss. Ray Guy's filly Special Finish is drawn out a bit in 9 or 10. She stands up squarely. Sensation steadies down and the gates open and they're off and running. Divine Patch is very slow to move at the start, missed it by about 4 lengths. Full of Fun on the outside and Butch Splendid both began very quickly. Special Finish well away with Allez Sauvage and Zavata Lass. Ma Petite Cherie is trapped out very deep in the early part. Secret booting up on the rail into a good spot. Close handy Fashion Plus and then Misty Scarlet followed by well back by Sensation. Anna's second last on the inside and Divine Patch has tailed right off as they get to the 700 mark where Full of Fun is the leader. Only narrowly over Butch Splendid. Allez Sauvage moving up to make a line of 3. Special Finishes deep on the outside of Zavada Lass, followed by Secret Misty Scarlet right behind the main bunch. Then Fashion Plus and further back Regal Home, followed by Anne, Sensation and Ma Petite Cherie as they turn, flattening out for the run home and over the rise now. And Full of Fun just led Allez Sauvage. Down the outside, Special Finishes coming with a big run. Then Zavada Lass, followed by Fashion Plus. Special Finish out in the middle of the track, appeared to head Allez Sauvage, 150 out. Pretty hard to line them up here, but it's Special Finish wide out just in front. Allez Sauvage kicking again, though she's going better. Allez Sauvage responding to desperate riding. She came again and scored well. Allez Sauvage beat Special Finish. Now third's a 3-way go. Misty Scarlet, Sensation wide out, and Secret on the fence, followed by Ma Petite Cherie, Fashion Plus, and then Anne. Further back, Zavada Lass followed by Divine Patch, who made up good ground. Full of Fun Weekend, and then Butch Splendid, and last Regal Home. Gee, it's hard to line them up when they're that wide apart. They must have been 10 horses apart halfway down the straight. It appeared to me that Special Finish, right out, 10 horses out. Certainly drew level, might have even hit the front for a stride or two, but it was obvious soon after that LA Sauvage on the inside was kicking again too strongly, and with Johnny Marshall making it a double for the day, riding desperately, she fought back and scored well, Ken, and she'll pay $2.40 and 95 LA Sauvage.
John, I think you saw the race exactly right. I think she hit the front for sure, but she had a very hard run out deep, and the thing ran off on the home turn, carted her wide. And even though she's been beaten, you know, comfortably without being decisively, I reckon it cost her the race.
Ken, I'd have to agree with that. Thanks for those comments, and congratulations on another good day on the tip. Now, we've got 5-3 photo here. LA Sauvage, trained by Bart Cummings. John Marshall, the rider. Second, number 3, Special Finish, a big run, never on the track, 80 cents. Now, third, there were 3 of them there, and very little to pick from. And there's Johnny Marshall trotting back. He had a pretty quiet carnival in Melbourne. Apart from winning the Great Western on Targlish on Cup Day, not much else went right for Johnny, and he was a good thing beaten, of course, on Bozam in the Caulfield Cup. Right, highlights of the Waters-Minton fight are next on Wide World of Sports.